What is up, Light Fam? Welcome to another video. My name is David, your spiritual awakening coach, here to help you through your spiritual awakening. I get a lot of messages from people that are wanting to manifest certain changes and goals and desires for their life, but they are feeling stuck. They feel like they're spinning their wheels. And this is usually a pretty clear sign that the ego is all up in the Kool-Aid. So getting the ego out of the mix of things will uncork that bottleneck of energy and allow energy to flow freely so that what you truly want in your life is able to show up effortlessly. That's the key. So how exactly do we do that? Well, I want to talk to you today about the power of surrendering. Let's go. The power of surrendering. This always seems so abstract and esoteric, but it helps if we can first define what exactly it is that you're surrendering to, so we can add some clarity to what seems intangible at first. You're surrendering to your higher self, your spirit guides, source energy, your team in the unseen. Why? Because that aspect of you has the distinct advantage of not having to process information through your ego. So the ego will take an idea, which is just vibration, and it'll find all of the limitations, it'll find all the reasons why it won't work. If the ego can't put together all of the hows, then it will fill you full of fear and anxiety, because the ego is not in control when it doesn't know everything. So if an idea is vibration, then the vibration is energy. Do you believe that energy can be limited in any way? No. As a matter of fact, the only limit that energy can have is the limit placed upon it by the ego of the one that is perceiving it. So when we're talking about the power of surrendering, we're talking about the power of surrendering control from the ego and handing control over to spirit, which is the aspect of you that is ego-less. But how exactly do we do that? The way that we surrender control to spirit is by surrendering control to the energy. How do we interpret the energy of that new life purpose or that new life calling? Through our emotions. So inspiration, ideas, desires, that new calling in our life are all thoughts that elicit certain emotions within us. And emotions are energy in motion. So it's the energy that will let you know if you're headed in the right direction. So if that idea, vibration, fills you with excitement, emotion, then you are more in alignment with your authentic self. If you're filled with fear and anxiety, then you probably have the ego running the show. The power of surrendering. So if you are feeling stuck, like you're spinning your wheels to manifest what you really want in your life, then the trick is to focus on the feeling of how you will feel after you have already received it. So as I just mentioned, it's your emotions, energy in motion, which consecrates that energy and gives it a direction and a purpose. And since it's your vibration and your emotion that determines the next now moment that you are a vibrational match to experience, would it make sense to focus on the emotions or the good feeling of standing in the reality that your desire is already in your present moment? This is how we get the ego out of the way. We focus on the good feeling of already having what we want in our life. And this clears that energetic bottleneck created by the ego so that energy can flow effortlessly and naturally. The ego wants you to focus on the hows so that the ego can feel more in control. But when we instead focus on the emotions that are in vibrational alignment with already having what we want in our life, then the infinite hows of the universe, which the ego can't know, are now allowed to align with your reality and your physical experience. The power of surrendering. So if you are hitting a brick wall, you feel like you're blocked from bringing what you truly want in your life, then go within and question the motives of your ego. Remember, your ego represents your identity. So if you're feeling stuck, you may be subconsciously holding on to that old identity, holding on to that old life, which means you're simultaneously sending a signal to source energy saying, I'm not ready for that new life, which may mean you don't feel good enough for that new life. You don't feel worthy of that new, higher, limitless, fearless identity. Now stay with me for a second on this one. If we can question the culprit of these limiting beliefs, the ego, then we can discredit the fear-mongering coming from that culprit. So have a conversation with your ego. Sit down with your ego and say, I got this. I am strong enough. I am good enough. I am worthy. I deserve to live my greatest life. What are you so afraid of? How many times has what you're fearing so much actually come true? I mean, have we died yet? So the more that we can identify the fears of the ego, the more we can get the ego out of the way so that source energy can come in and flow freely and effortlessly to bring into your physical experience the life that you really want to live. Now, question of the day. What blocks are you experiencing while trying to manifest the life of your dreams? Let us know in the comments below, Light Fam. If you do have a question for me, add me over on Instagram _Lightways. I do answer a lot of questions over there. If you know anyone that is spinning their wheels, trying to make the life of their dreams come to fruition, please share this video with them. It may give them the insight that they need to get the ego out of the driver's seat and let source consciousness step in and effortlessly manifest the life that they are truly seeking, or something like that. Like, share. Oh, if you want to work with me one-on-one, check the description below. We can work one-on-one through Zoom. Now, like, share. We'll see you in the next video. Light, love, and abundance to all that are watching and to all you love. Peace, guys.